Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Age of Mythology fans, unite. Because on this day and age, we are indeed casting a team game. Now, I've said it. I've been the problem here. I do not like team games. That's a me issue. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't cast them. And it's been very bad of me. I have done a few casts of team games before, but they've definitely been on the low end. Now, for you guys out there who want to sit down and enjoy, if there's a game to sit down and enjoy, it's this one. Why? Let's just say there's going to be a little something going on in this game. On the bottom, the team. We've got Lizard the Drazil playing as Loki. In the yellow color, we've got Bachi Ikab playing as Hades. And finally, in the light blue color, teal color, cyan color, sky blue color, playing as Super Yomi. His name is Rockrez the Zerkor. Their opponents today, in the red color. I'm going to stop this one because this one's not possible. It's Lisa Teach Me Japanese. Hi. He's going to be playing as Kronos. In the green color, playing as Shenong, it's Zucolo. And finally, in the pink color, playing as Poseidon, it is the Sardinian Shepherd. Taking a quick look over here, we do see a very fast advance here from Lisa. Lisa is on the hunt for some rock res villages. Super Yomi, one of those scary gods. You don't want to let this god be. So some very early aggression going to make a lot of sense. Now, if you are the Super Yomi player in this matchup, one of the very simple things you can do to defend this is just build yourself some Miko. So long as you've got 3 Miko out, you're going to be able to defend any amount of Prometheans, and you can rely on your partners to simply drop down Sentinels here, as Bachi's got that, or a healing spring as well from the lizard on this side. But already we are off to the races here, as Lisa is going to be taking it straight to rock res. Just going to have to ignore what's going on in the rest of the game here, because the Prometheans are waddling through. The bird is flapping above, and these Prometheans are angry boys as they say, hello there, town center. Let me come over here. And the Sentinels does get dropped down, and that is going to be enough there to say, get out of here. And deconstruction onto the Sentinels here. I haven't seen that in forever. The Sentinels is free, so this is literally just, it's damage. Of course, it's a pretty big, hefty cost to click that deconstruction on the Sentinels, but it does limit the accessibility of these giraffe. As we do have the golden lions coming out, that's going to be a nice little help here, as Rockrez is good to go. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled on that mini-map. If you see anything else going on, must let me know. But Lisa is all over Rockrez at the moment, but he does manage to take 0 losses early game. The Jurgumo is in, and that's going to be able to take out just a little bit of stuff here, as the Ajax is going to come over here and defend. One of the simplest ways to beat a Kronos rush is with the Greek heroes, as oftentimes the Kronos player just wants to pump out a whole bunch of Terma, and Achilles or Atalanta or Heracles comes through, and they're oftentimes going to be able to beat all of this. And if you combine that as well with the Miko, then all of a sudden they're just basically invincible. As Bachi does some little cute left and right jumping, as the Shuragumo here might actually end up going down. It does end up going down. Manages to pick off 1 unit there, as 1 does get heroized, but 2 Naginata riders are in, and that will be enough to send Lisa packing. And Lisa's going to have to get himself I don't even know. I don't know what this means. We are seeing over onto this position though. A little bit of a raid, as now Barchi is the one in trouble, as everyone is going to take just a tiny little bits of damage here early on, as this team of the Sardinian Shepherd, Lisa teach me in Japanese, these guys are going hard after it for the time being. Zucolo, on the other hand, he's already dropped the second town center. He's going for that one. We're also seeing the same thing on the back here for Barchi. You've got to be careful on that. But both the flanks in this game, they're playing one town center. And at this point, it is reminisce of me to say that this is a really high-level team game. This is stolen right off the team game ladder. And, well, yes, that's what it is. That's where it is. That's how it is. So, very, very high-level team games. As the town center does get up, one villager goes down on the back there. Not the end of the world, as over here we are going to be seeing the Sardinian Shepherd on the prowl for some damage. Meanwhile, Lisa says now town center. So yeah, Chronos Rush into town center. This is as standard as it's going to get. Very simple way to play against this is to just drop your own second town center down, or look to go for a really heavy all-in and see what sort of damage you can get. In a team game, probably, especially if your partner's also gone 2TC, probably best to just drop your own second town center and be good to go there. Is Zucolo charging in here. He's got a couple of Yahtses to cause some more problems, as everyone's got that speedy myth unit here. In the team games, the map is a lot bigger, so these fast myth units are often really, really strong. One idea for which is not to go for this town center would be to go Heroic Age for a whole bunch of Tengu in this position here for Rock Res. You could have a very, very nice time just running around with 4 Tengu and ravaging some villages. As the troll over here goes down, Lizard is trying to get himself up all the walls and all the other good stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sardinian Shepherd is Nerdology as well. But I don't know who Lisa is. But they're very, very strong. Whomever they are very, very strong. But so far, Rockrez, Lizard, and Barchi all very, very much happily playing defense here. And the most important thing here is look at these walls going up from Lizard. Norse pays significantly less to do this than every other civ, because they don't have to use their villages to do so. So you kind of want to just say, hey, Norsemen, have some gold. Please, wall for me. Great raid coming in, however, from the Sardinian Shepherd. Picks off a couple of vills, then bailing out on this one. But every little bit does matter in these sort of situations, because you know that at some point here, Soup will come down from the heavens and grant Rockrez a score advantage through the usage of New Moon. So that's going to be a thing. Got to be careful. As Lizard is out of position now. He does have these walls to retreat back to. The Naginata Riders on the back going to be very much helping on this one, as the Herdmen are going to be huge to take this all out. But those Ursa need to get on top of the Centaur as Ceasefire does get dropped. And the Sardinian Shepherd, he's out of there without losing all too much. He's got that HP coming back from the technology Lord of Horses, unique to Poseidon. And the game continues along. But so far, everyone just 2 TCs for the moment. 2 TCs over here. We've got that second town center now up, Sardinian Shepherd. The question here is, does the bottom team have any idea what's going on? No, they don't see the town center. So the hardest part here for our Loki player is to say, let's drop a town center. He really should not be staying one town center in this situation, but he doesn't know what he's facing against the Sardinian Shepherd. Another angle could be for the Hades player to just take a second town center, and the Loki player, or a third town center, and the Loki player stays one town center, and just a little bit of feeding going on. in terms of just like have a town center's worth of resources. I don't exactly know how much it is per minute, but let's just say give 500 resources a minute or something over for a little bit after you've started to profit from the town center in 5 minutes. Could be a way to go. The herdmen will sacrifice themselves to keep their Herser brethren alive. We're on to this side now. Sardinian Shepherd sneaking past this house wall. A little bit of problems inside the main base of Barchi. He will turn around and start shanking. There's really not enough, well, not an angle there to snipe a villager with only 4 Hippias. This is normally enough to actually pick a vill, but not really if there's a pack like that. But now the heroic ages are going to be coming through. We have a quick look over onto Zucolo's perspective. He's gone up and grabbed himself that Fey Beast through Rushall. We've also got Barchi up through Apollo. Really, really important to make sure that that Underworld is super well used. Over on this side now for Rockrez, he's up through Hachiman. I'm getting it. It's coming to me. And we are seeing over here for Rockrez, he's up through Bragi. So everyone else is taking their sweet time. We are going to be seeing probably a Hyperion from Lisa. It is Hyperion there. And a third town center actually now coming through for Rockrez. One little known sort of weakness for Kronos is if he does do those very fast advances and then starts pumping out, and while he's doing it, pumping out Valors, he's going to have a little bit of a weakness to myth units. He's going to have less favor to actually use for heroes. So you can always sneak those through. But I think in this situation, Rockrez, he's got himself a really nice position. He's got that forward talent center. He's going to be completely fine to continue through here and defend against whatever this Kronos is going to throw at him. And Kronos has no weak. Well, Kronos' late game is pretty poor. His army is pretty weak. Those are my takes. Well, we'll see. Maybe he's going to pop off. And we'll see that new moon there onto the armory. And Rockrez. He's going to have a very, very powerful army here. As the army of Lisa Teach Me Japanese is going to be actually deciding to sit inside of that swampland for just a little bit too long. You do have to respect it. It is a get out of here. I don't want to fight on this specific area for 20 seconds. You've got to get out of it. There's no other option. Sitting on there is going to be deaths. And Rockrez gets to hold on for a little bit longer here. Meanwhile, on this bottom side, these Hippias proving to be very, very annoying. As a Sardine. The Sardinian, I don't even... What is a Sardinian? Who is a Sardinian? Is this like some sort of a race or something? I don't know. Restoration, though, from Barchi, keeping everyone nice and healthy, except for the Shogun, who does not heal. And it's looking like Rockrez and Barchi to make a nice little team here to defend. At least for the time being. That's the second Sentinel that's getting dropped over here. It's an Italian island region. There you go. The more you know. Never trust Twitch chat though. They could be very, very, they could be telling me fibs. They like to do that. But nonetheless, the middle of this map now going to start getting choked up with all these fortresses as the game will slow down quite a bit from this. The map getting walled off, both teams taking all of the advantages they possibly can, starting their trade routes. If we take a quick look here, it's 175 villages to 222. So Zucolo, Lisa Teach Me Japanese, and the Sardinian Shepherd have managed to find themselves a fairly significant advantage here. But militarily speaking, it's pretty close. And they are getting attacked on a very fortified position, so they should be able to defend over here. So we'll see if Zucolo and company can break through here. Sardinian Shepherd does hit the heroic edge. It would be nice to time that with a bronze of some sort. Actually, bronze doesn't work on allies, does it? I don't think it does it work on allies? I've forgotten. I haven't played team games forever. I think they took that away ages ago because it was too broken. Meanwhile, the town center does survive. The army has been pushed back, and all is well on this side. Castle goes down. Well, gets deconstructed. It's going to get rebuilt there as well. Does it really take 50 seconds to take out a castle with deconstruction? That's wild. It doesn't work on the enemy army either? Well, that's good. I like to hear that. These Yumi Horse Archers are now in their element. Now, one thing here is that the Team Zucolo and the Sardinian Shepherd have both got a really nice answer to this sort of a comp, which is going to be Javelineers. It does take a lot of micro, but you can completely shut this type of idea down with those. We get Peltas over here from the Sardinian Shepherd, but Javelineers would be a really nice little move. Or alternatively going to White Horse Cav. Maybe not White Horse Cav, but Tiger Cav. Though Shenong doesn't really have a bonus there. But for the moment, it's looking like both teams have sort of we've reached a little bit of an impasse at the moment, as both teams can't really make any progress to push anymore. So Mythic Age will be needing to come through. No one's yet clicked up. Let's have a little look over here in the corner. Do have a market already set up. No trade going. I think it is, in a team game at the very least, it's probably a pretty good idea. Just see bronze and flaming weapons coming in. It's probably a good idea to be starting that trade route relatively early in these games, because it kind of treats, especially once you get the walls all up, but it's basically like you get an extra town center. Of course, you're paying extra for it in the actual cost of the caravans, but they are way better than a villager in a team game, because the map's so much bigger. As Lizard is trying to break through the Sardinian Shepherd, he's struggling to hold on here. Great control with those Centaur pulling away from the Hearser in the nick of time. But the flaming weapons still continuing along as Lizard trying to get through here over onto this side. Both these players just hanging out. Chaos onto this position there to keep the Yumi Horse Archers from taking out the Noodle. This restoration comes down, heals everyone back up. We are starting to see those Mythic Ages coming through. Fabeast gets dropped down onto that back line there, though, with no restoration. That's absolutely brutal. We've got Hephaestus coming in for Barchi. We've got J Atlas coming through for Lisa Teach Me Japanese. And for Zucolo, we've got Huang Di on the way. Up onto this side, the militia getting excited at the prospect of taking out some of these portable rams. But Lizard, he can start thinking about grabbing this town center for himself here. There's another deconstruction there onto that castle. Going down. The town center still manages to survive. 200 HP on that one. It's almost down. Surely Rock Rez is going to be looking to repair that one back up. But both Barchi and Rockrez, they can't leave this spot. Now we see those Wuzhu Javelineer coming through, and that's now a scary thing for Rockrez to deal with. Because these Javelineers, they take no prisoners when it comes to ranged units. Barchi's going to have to help him out to some degree, or there's going to have to be some sort of a unit composition swap here. Maybe it doesn't even matter as Implode comes through. And this might even be the biggest explosion ever. This might even be a nice assistance for Rockrez, because he can switch this comp up right inside of this. Boom, as my frames drop off the face of the planet. Losing all of those units, now you can say, oh, you're going Javelineer Arcus? Okay, let's just make a whole bunch of Naginata Riders. Let's make a whole bunch of ninjas. Or whatever, you know? Options. Options are plenty. But the big problem here is that Lizard, it looked like he was making some good ground here, but he is no longer making that ground. Over onto this position now, we do have the Yinglong joining in to take out this Cargonos. But if that one dies, you take a lot of damage. Smack. I say a lot of damage. You take some damage. But Rockrez and Barchi sort of struggling to hold on for the time being. That being said, Barchi, he's getting his armory upgrades in now. He's got champion already through. He will be an absolutely terrifying presence moving forward in this game. We do have now the Underworld coming through as Barchi says, enough of this. Let me go after all this. Onto this. Is that another Flaming Weapons? Another Flaming Weapons there from Lizard. So the town center trying to get grabbed. There is a Mountain Giant to help out to take this one down. One smack and it is done. But while this Underworld is going on, the Hippias are going to run straight through and take out a ton of stuff. A real attempt to actually utilize this Underworld with any sort of fortresses or anything like that. But nonetheless, the Peltasts taking everything out over here. To the bottom side, villagers going to pop into the town center, keep themselves nice and safe as the army has to chase after him. You've got to deal with those, with this raid going on, because this is just going to be so many dead villagers. Of course, you could just say, let's ignore it and try and deal with, like, just react and pull our villagers away and try and push through the juggler straight away, get some revenge fire on. It's very risky to go for that. So we do have another little cheeky chaos getting dropped down as the army of Lisa and Zuko getting a nice little surround over here as Barchi's just taking it here. Does he have enough favor for another restoration? Not even close. And now onto the backside here, the Underworld does get taken out. The Hunduns. These are absolutely insane siege weapons. I mean, they also send people to the Shadow Realm, but they're siege weapons and they're really quick to take out things like that Underworld passage there. As Lisa teach me Japanese, moving in, dropping Palace, all the stuff onto this middle position, secure this town center, cause problems for Rockrez. It might actually be time now for Lizard to get involved on what's going on the left, on the right hand side of the map. But then again, do you want to take the foot off the pedal when it comes to fighting over here as Lightning Weapons gets dropped in an attempt to try and take out these units a little bit easier? Having a quick look at what's actually going on here. Villager differential is heavily in favor of Zucolo's team. But militarily speaking, Archie's team is in the lead. They've got to make something happen with all of this. We're on to this side now. The Yinglong going to town. Almost taken out though. But he's done a lot of damage to this Norse army, allowing the Sardinian Shepherd to make a lot of ground here. There are a couple of Godi. Is he actually taking the Yinglong out? Nope. He's just got to keep pulling back. Runs to this side, picking off some units, coming over to try and help out. As Rockrez, he needs a little bit of time here. He's up to champion. He's still only in the heroic age. We are seeing a mythic age in for Lizard here. Drazil. Markets are up on that corner of the map, ready to start pumping those caravans. So Yinglong is in and he is angry. 86 HP in a dream. Unluckily on the Einherry spawn, would it be nice to get a troll, a Draugr, a fire giant. We've actually finished that one off. Now the Yinglong goes down to the Greek heroes. The army of Yumi horse archers out in force here. This position has been secured though from Lizard. He's still doing a good job of holding on to everything as the Hundun. They are very happily going after a couple of these hill forts here. They'll take them out quick. A little cheeky deconstruction coming down. Just making it harder and harder for Barchi and Koda hold on to these positions. But the army here, nice and strong now. And it looks like it's going to be a tough game for Zucolo and Teach Me Japanese to actually be ending here. Especially because, like, there's no getting to this trade route. It's right at the back, right? You have to somehow sneak sort of past this position to get into here. Super tough. Now, one thing you could do is get a flying unit from, say, Zucolo, send that around the side, and then start time shifting things in with the upgrade here, which Lisa, Teach Me Japanese, already does have. As Blizzard gets to the Mythic Age there through Hell. Question is, where do you drop that Nidhogg? There's another Fey Beast does get dropped down. The Nidhogg gets called in as the army retreats. Does Lizard have his special? He's not using it though. He could have chased this with that special, would have been huge. There's a couple of tricks here. Basically, the way that this works is wherever you click it, it's going to go to that area and then use the special ability from that area. If you wanted to use it straight away, you have to use it right at the base of the Nidhogg. That's the secret. As the Mythic Age, for Rock-Res comes in, he does drop his Sacred Gate down. New Moon onto the Armory. He's now up to full Iron, which basically just catches him up in this game. The only problem is that, at least Teach Me Japanese, doesn't have any upgrades. Like, armory upgrades wise, yes, but no champion archers, no champion infantry. I don't think he's got champion cavalry. He's got medium cav here. So he's really far behind on those techs. He's got to get those through as soon as he possibly can. Up onto this side, walls going up everywhere. We will be seeing a Swampland coming through. And the question is, do you care about Swampland at this point? Answer is, you probably should care about Swampland at this point, but it turns out that Zucolo here gets bailed out a little bit. It's dragged in onto this position now, no longer on top of that Swampland. Over onto this side, trying to push off of this position. A couple of siege weapons would not go astray as the Onmyoji coming in and going to be ready to do a little bit of something here. You need quite a few of them to actually break any sort of buildings though. I much prefer to build the Oyumi to take out buildings if I can help it. Just because I can start sieging straight away and I don't have to think about it. Onmyoji take a little bit too much effort. Too much effort for my tastes. There's another little cheeky chaos comes down. In team games, Atlantean's favor goes through the roof. He's got 49 favor per minute here, and I doubt he's got any sort of unique upgrades. He's got himself... Yeah, he's only got them hero-wise, right? He's got the Hyperion hero oracles, and that's it. But they are very, very strong. Like if you play Gaia in a team game and you go Leto, Thea, I think it's just Leto, Thea, you can get some insane favor gather rates for the late game to spam out whatever you want to spam out. But the main base here of Rock-Res is under siege at the moment as the town center, that main town center goes down from the destroyers, but Rock-Res's Shogun is here. He's going to start spawning Samurai, which should be able to take out these destroyers. And while that's all going on, Lizard is continuing to make ground on the Sardinian Shepherd. He's trying to make something happen with all these raids. Champion comes through there as well. Armory situation here, he's still missing those iron upgrades, but I'm guessing Sardinian Shepherd, he's struggling. He's just about to get up to bronze. So he is basically equal there, actually. Into the middle, the son of Muspel. One really cool idea with Loki is to get Rampage and to use Mountain Giants, get a temple down, and then you can swarm with the Mountain Giants when you have the favor. You just build out 5 and you just go for it. Or 4, or 3. You can just charge in. Over onto this side now, the Stone Gate. Attempting to get taken down, but the Herdmen, they are very much ready to put a stop to all of that. But Lisa Teach Me Japanese is just completely all over this position as Rock-Res is subjected back onto this back town center now. He's still got an army out though, so he's going to be able to do something to push back. Militarily speaking, Zucolo's team is in the lead, but it's really not that big of a difference here. So a good fight might be enough to push back. That being said, I imagine most of Zucolo's team is on infinite resources to some degree here. There's Sardiani and Shepard. This guy is barely holding on here. This is the thing. And he's going to crumble soon. And Barchi's army is just so strong. The Hades late game army can almost 1v2 the Atlantean Chinese army. Actually, when Shannon gets all the upgrades, I think it gets pretty strong too. You just make a whole bunch of Dao and they are brutal. 209 HP, 15.8 with a point of Divine, and 56% Pierce armor. Oof. But Lizard, he's still making his way forward. Look at these walls just continuously popping up all over the place as he's just slow pushing in here, taking more and more of the map. So important to do this. Meanwhile, Zucolo says, all right, I'll come over and I'll start helping out here, which will give a little bit of reprieve over onto this side as Lisa Teach Me Japanese says, give me this town center. That's for me now. House is coming in as well, so it builds it that little bit faster. It's another chaos. Restoration, however, does come through as a nice counter there from Barchi, though I imagine he would be much preferring to save this favor a little bit at the moment. Saving up for that 300 favor plenty vault, but he just doesn't. He's not even close to it at the moment. There's a citizen. Continue to go down. Stopping that town center from going up is incredibly key. Mythic Age, however, now for the Sardinian Shepherd is coming through as Lizard has attracted the attention of Zucolo enough here. But look at this position. Fire Giant, Tower, Baluster. It's been a while since I've been able to see this sort of a composition, but this is an incredibly tough to beat composition. Of course, if there's a unit that can do it, it's going to be Wen Zhong. This guy is an absolute menace. Rockrez gets his town center back up, and the army now is able to start pushing back because Lisa Teach Me Japanese cannot 1v2 this. He's basically going to need to pump out towers upon towers upon towers here just to hold. There's the Baluster. Trying to take down these catapults, these Metropoli. A fortress on the front going up. The damage. He just kills their Hippolyta before she even gets close. Nonetheless, big question is, can Team Lizard push back and take this town center back for Rockrez? The Sardinian Shepherds now hit the Mythic Age. I mean, the problem with this amount of units is you don't have enough to build the towers. He's trying to break forward. You've got to kill the buildings off. Don't worry about the units so much. Let the fire giants do that. But over onto this side, the town center has fallen, and Team Lizard is looking like they're going to be able to break through here. But as that happens, now the green units are flooding back over onto this spot. So maybe not. Maybe we're still in this stalemate. I don't even know if it's a stalemate, but it feels stalematy. It's the Polyphemus coming through, and the Titans now going to start coming through as well. Who else is going Titan? Is it just... Oh, Barchi? I think that's, it's not Lizard. Yeah, it's Barchi. It's just Barchi. Barchi going for the Titan Gate. And Cheeky Hillfort trying to come up here as the army of Sardine Shepherd. And he doesn't have much of an army, but he's got himself a pretty formidable defense here in siege and buildings. It's very tough to break through. Over onto this side, Axe Guard's going to take down the castle and all the other good stuff. We have that Titan Gate down yet? Yes, we do. Titan Gate coming down for Barchi. And a wonder! A wonder for Lizard. These guys, I mean, that is absolutely wild. Building a wonder with Norse. Building a wonder with Norse? Like, you just don't have the population to do it. That's absolutely, just trip the resources over to the Greek player and then spam out plenty vaults or something, restorations all over the map and Colossus, I guess. That's wild. This rock res. Pushing forward, he's got himself those Oyumi in. He doesn't have himself mechanical artisans, nor does he have himself the engineers, but I'm sure once he gets those techs in, things are going to go very, very well for him. Meanwhile, up onto the top here, Titan Gate coming down for Zucolo as well. Match your opponent's Titan with your own Titan is as old a strategy as has ever been. But there are two coming, so you need an extra one. Because Lizard is also going for a Titan. He wants a Wonder and a Titan at the same time. Like, you just throw all your population... Okay, Berserk Narok, surely. Just Berserk Narok to get the Titan Gate out. And then you're good to go. Some more towers coming up. These heavy Oyumi are incredibly powerful, but you do need to be very careful with them because they will die incredibly quickly if cavalry get onto this. How many villages does Lizard have? He has 90. And he's probably also got 57 ox caravans. Oftentimes the late game, I think the late game is one of those things that has had a very... whatever knowledge is known, whatever knowledge people have about the late game in Age of Mythology is hidden in a safe behind lock and key. And only a select few have got any idea of what they're actually doing in the late game. Because it is... I mean, the simple thing is get all your hill forts down, get all your towers down, but then after that, what do you do? Because then you have to get rid of your villages so you can have some more population to actually work with. While this is all going on, Lizard is losing all of his advantage on this front because he doesn't have anything to use over here. I mean, he's got 11 berserks. That's 22 population, 24 population here, plus the 150-ish, 160-ish economic population. There's just nothing to work with here. And would you look at that? It's very rare to see a Coriobalis built any point after the Classical Age. And there are 16 here. 16 Coriobalis. Having issues taking out hoplites? Having issues taking out samurai? Go no further. For only 115 wood, 100 gold, you too can have a solution to your issues. The Titan, however, for Zucolo is out now, Barchi's as well is completed. And Barchi now drops a Wanderer as well. Barchi on the way. Where is this Titan at? He's wandering in over onto this side. He can take out the Caraballister very, very quickly. Also got the Xuan Wu. Underworld passage to come down. I don't know where he's going. I wish I knew, but I've got no idea. Oh, up onto this side to take out the trade route, potentially. You have to send villagers through here. You absolutely have to send your villagers through here and get fortresses built up on this spot. Imagine stealing the Sardinian Shepherd's Plenty Vault here. I don't think there's anything holding it apart from the donkey caravans. Unless the Titan fending off over here. And where's the green Titan? He is wandering back and forth. Now back up to the top side to deal with this Underworld. A little bit of distraction action. The Titan wandering up onto this side. Hero Contarius coming through. That's with that Heart of the Titan, so they convert near instantly. And he's also got the extra HP and regen from Heroic Renewal. As the Titan finally makes its way up to the top to take out the Underworld passage. But the heroes, they're over here and they say, hello there, good sir. I'm going to be able to start slapping down this Titan. Even though he's going to lose the Underworld, that's a big amount of damage to actually put onto the Titan. Meanwhile, Wonder 30% apiece here. Still a ways to go to actually get this one up. Now, Barchi, question is his economy struggling? No. No. No one's economy is struggling here. This Titan is now going to be out for Lizard as well. The problem is, in putting your Titan Gate right next to the Wonder, as soon as this reveals itself, you will... Oh, they already know. Well, you would reveal that the Wonder is there. So your opponent knows where to look, which is not ideal. The Titan on this side now will end up going down. And the Zucolo Titan is down to 2200 HP, or 22,000 HP, excuse me. The Loki Titan also out. Where's he going? Charging forward to try and take out the Tyro. Now, these Tyro do have bonus damage versus myth units, but they take so much damage from the Titan, it's probably not even... It's not really worth it to just build those. You need your own heroes. Now, we will be seeing Lisa teach me Japanese to say it's time for their own Titan. You get a Titan. You get a... Everybody gets a Titan. But the big question is, if Barchi can get his Wonder out, you can have like a mini Titan in the form of Colossi. Or you can just make himself like a billion Plenty Vaults, whatever he wants. Man, Lizard's put so much population onto this. What is he doing with military? He got 50 villagers now. At least that's good, but still, that's such a crazy amount of berserks here. That's nearly 60 population to put up that Wonder. It is charging forward, pushing the Sardinian Shepherd back. Zucolo wandering in. Neither player wants to just trade their Titans off. They're like, no, we'll just charge in and we'll do this. We'll do it this way. Townsend is going to be going down. This Titan is going to make short work of all of this. Where are the yellow heroes? He's got 2 of them in here. There's 3 of them out on the map. Now, Lizard, if Lizard can finish his Wonder, though, his Titan does become incredibly powerful. That's one big thing. As a secondary, Ying Long coming in as well to help out. But this entirety of this base is now going down. Taking out the castle and taking out the buildings here, stealing the Sacred Gate away would give some cheaper god powers. You can get the cheaper Yinglong, cheaper Bay Beast, all the other good stuff. So what is it actually giving him now? 60, 28. That's actually not that much. Gee, little Fenris Wolf Brute spawn. The Lizard is just only holding here for the moment, as the Wonder from Bachi about to complete. And Bachi now in the Mythic Age, +1. The Wonder Age, he drops second Plenty Vault. I don't mind dropping all the Plenty Vaults, it's fine, but you've got to get Myth units out here. The fact he doesn't have Gold Colossus already is astounding to me. The Wonder is everything and more. But if you still have to play the game, you've got to be making the right choices here. And where there's a strong unit, you got to build strong unit. There's also restorations. There's a whole bunch of sentinels you can drop all over the map. Restoration up to the top as well is an idea. Lizard here at 80% of the way for this Wonder. Another Chaos getting dropped down somewhere on the map. I don't know where. But the rest of this base is falling and fast. Still not a single Myth unit. I'm not seeing any Myth units in queue or anything queuing out yet. I mean, you can drop another Plenty Vault if he wants. I don't know, 125 favor. Why not? But still, like, I don't even... Like, he's got all the resources in the world. Do you really need 3 Plenty Vaults? You're not going to say no, but... I swear, Lizard has been sitting on this position with this many Ballister for the past 20 minutes, and he's made no ground. No ground! It's the Titan wandering over here. I think he's got his eyes set on this Wonder on the back there, trying to put a stop to that one. He doesn't know that there's a Wonder over here. Can he get there in time is the big question. There's no ghost builds to stop this. He's got himself 8,000 HP. There's another Titan in though from Lisa Teach Me Japanese. And the main base of Bachi, another Plenty Vault coming down. Bachi is going to be one incredibly rich man, but look at the resources on the other side here for Zucolo. He has 18,000 food. I think Zucolo's got some resources in this game, as the Wonder 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and it does manage to complete here, but the Titan is going to be taking this one down. At the very least, Lizard's going to be able to spam out a couple of god powers. Or will he take it down? Maybe it's going to live here. It's going to be somewhat close, 3,000 HP in a dream, but there's another Titan you have to deal with. Let's look on the bottom here as well. The town center of Zucolo is up. He's got himself all of this position. He is completely in control on the bottom. There's very little amounts of gold for Lizard. Over here, there's very little amounts of gold. Well, there's plenty of resources for Bachi. He might have to save everyone here. There's another Titan coming over and he says, it's time to put a stop to this Wonder. Look at this Nidhogg sitting on this position. Can these Myth units actually break through on this spot or not is the big question before the Wonder goes down. I think the answer is going to be a big fat no. Fire Siphons from Lisa now coming through to take down the town center. The Wonder still standing here for the time being. Flaming Weapons does get dropped down as the Berserk's going to try and crack through the Sardinian Shepherd's forward position. Finally, I don't know if he's ever going to be able to make it through here. Another Nidhogg coming through and he's going to start roasting all the villagers on that position. But Wonder is down to 4,000 HP as this Titan is not going to be getting... It might get taken down. It's close, 2,800 HP, 8,000 HP. The Wonder on the bottom has been spotted there as well. But Rockrez, Lizard, and Barchi with 2 wonders up decide that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen, as Zucolo, Lisa Teach Me Japanese, and the Sardinian Shepherd managed to take an incredible win here. They barely crack through. And that is the game. They barely break through. There's still a wonder standing for Barchi, but my guy Barchi, maybe it's the first time he's ever finished a wonder. He forgets myth units are real good in a game called Age of Mythology. Probably should build them. He said, I would rather make god powers. It's not enough for him. He finishes the game with butt tons of resources in the bank. And that's all she wrote. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the follow on the Twitch. If you like seeing Age of Mythology games, if you want to see more of these, absolutely. I can't show you the post game. I can't see the post game. It's not going to let me. The game is too epic to show a post game. But if you guys want to see some more post games, make sure you do hit the subscribe button. All the other good stuff. My name's Boit, and I'll see you in the next one.